Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Dose. My name is a very spent Brian McIntosh, and I'm very excited to be doing this Daily Dose for you. I'm excited to do the Daily Dose every day, and I'm excited for you, and I'm happy that you decided to join me today. And for those of you that are here for the first time, welcome. This is a daily, totally informal, as you can see, video podcast about just how you can apply yourself in different ways to get more from yourself in the pursuit of your goals, whether those are financial, business, spiritual, relational, in your health and wellness, and your fitness. The Daily Dose is designed to give you just a small idea each and every day that can help you to move more rapidly in the direction that you want your life to go. Now, for those of you that are here that have been loyal listeners for forever and ever, I am grateful to you, and I am thankful that you're here as well, and I try to provide some new material for you each and every day. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Even Keel. Now, I did a piece on emotional maturity a few weeks ago, and I'm not entirely sure that I couched it the right way. And so this time I decided, you know what, we're going to put this in layman's terms, in the language that all of us would use with our kids or with our friends or with our parents, and we're going to use the word even keel. Even keel means you're not leaning too far to the left or too far to the right, right? Your keel is even. And this is how you must be emotionally throughout your life in all of these areas that you want to see improvement in your life: financial, spiritual, relational. Here's the reason why. Because if you don't have an even keel, now by the way, even keel is emotional maturity, right? The ability to maintain perspective in the face of things that otherwise would evoke really strong emotions, right? The ability to discipline yourself, not to let those emotions overtake your behaviors. That is emotional maturity. I'll say it again. Emotional maturity is the ability to discipline yourself so that you do not allow these highly charged emotions to impact your behaviors or your attitude. That is emotional maturity. And when you're displaying emotional maturity, you have an even keel. Now, why this is so important is because everything we do deals with relationships, right? I mean, relationships are obviously, if you're trying to improve relationships, then we're talking about relationships. But even if we're talking about business or finances, we're talking about relationships. How do you open the doors to promotions or advancements in your job or in your career? Through developing better relationships with your bosses or the people that you answer to. How do you develop a more residual income if you're in a sales field or in a network marketing business like me? Developing better relationships with your leaders and with your teams and with your leadership that you look to for support, right? How do you develop a happier marriage? Through strengthening that relationship. How do you develop better kids? Through strengthening those relationships. It's all about relationships. And because of that, you want to become an attractive person so that you draw more relationships into your life. And the way you become an attractive person is by not being the kind of person that repels people. And I'll tell you the kinds of behaviors that repel people. When something little or seemingly small happens to someone and they freak out, right, in public or in private with you, that makes you want to get away from them, doesn't it? Right? What about somebody that suffers the smallest tragedy and they just break down and they just weep and they just moan and they curl up in a little ball and they feel sorry for themselves for 3 days? Is that the kind of person you like being around? It's not, is it? Right? What about the kind of person that, every time something happens to them, it's woe is me. There it goes again. I knew that was going to happen, and they start listing off all the things that are wrong in their life. Are those the kind of people you like being around? No, of course not. But see, those are people that are demonstrating a lack of emotional maturity. They're not very even-keeled, are they? Everything sets them off, man. We used to call that, right, people that spool up all the time. Like you spool up the motors on a jet engine, right? We say people get all spooled up. That's what that means. They're revving at high RPMs. They're like a top on full wobble, right? Because they're all spooled up, right? You need to be the kind of individual that doesn't spool up. Who are the kind of people that we like being around? The kind of people that, hey man, something bad happens, we're like, you know what? We'll get through this. Don't worry about it. Just another bump in the road. It's not a big deal. We love being around people like that. Or people that you ask them, hey, how's it going? They're like, man, everything's great. How are you doing? Even though they may have a mountain of problems, but they don't dump them all over you because you've got your own problems. You don't listen to theirs, right? We love those kind of people. So you and I should strive to be those kinds of people. And it doesn't mean you can't have confidants. It doesn't mean that you can't have people that in whom you put your trust and in whom you confide and you share your problems or your concerns with. That's not what that means. What it means is that you don't wear your feelings on your sleeves. It means that you don't display for the whole world the level of emotion that you might be feeling. Something that makes you very frustrated. Man, if you can be like 007, calm, cool, and collected all the time, what you'll find is that people will have confidence in your ability to handle situations, whether good or bad, and that will make you a very, very attractive person. And that will help you not only to bring more relationships into your life, but to strengthen the ones that are there. So whether it's relationships with your children or your spouse, whether it's your business or your finances, whether it's your health and wellness, whatever it is you're wanting to see improve in your life, the ability to maintain an even keel is key to progress. Becoming an attractive person by controlling your emotions, by demonstrating emotional maturity, is one of the single most important things that you can do to make yourself the kind of person that other people want to be around. And that's the dose.